Welcome, Looking Good Cottonwood participants. This is Trevor Faust, Fitness Center Supervisor. Today we're going to be going over weeks 1 and 2 of the program and how to calculate your macronutrients for weeks 1 and 2. So let's get started. You're going to go to your files and you're going to go to Documents and you're going to go to the LGC Blueprint Calculator. Open that up. This is the first page. We discussed this in video number 1. And in video number 2, we discuss lean body mass. For those of you who are over 18% body fat, make sure you use these stats here or the data here. For example, we used a male who was 232 pounds, 30% body fat, and his lean body mass calculated out to 162.4 pounds. So moving on to weeks 1 and 2. We have a little note right here with some tips. And then if you could only enter data where the cell is yellow right here. And as you mouse over, there's going to be a note that pops off to the right. And it's going to give you two options for data, or it'll give you a description of what it wants from you. So, and what data you're going to put into that yellow cell. For example, in staying concurrent from last video, we're going to use the same male, 232 pounds and 30% body fat, with his lean body mass at 162.4 pounds. So we're going to enter this because we're above 18% body fat. So we're going to do 162.4 and hit enter. And then off to the right, you're going to see the BMR, which is right here, basal metabolic rate. And then we're going to get total calorie required for male or female. So it doesn't really matter up front if it, because don't worry about gender, because I do that for you right here. I pre-calculated, I did the formulas and everything for you. So don't worry about that. It already takes this number and calculates it accordingly for total calories required for male or female. Let's just call our example guy Joe. So Joe, he needs to eat 2,149 calories. So we need to enter his TCR here to get his macronutrients, proteins, carbs, and fats. So that's what we're going to do. 2,149, enter. It's going to bring up the pie chart. So fats are the biggest macronutrient in weeks 1 and 2, and then second are proteins. Now notice there are no carbs in the pie because weeks 1 and 2 are low carb, and this is essentially to promote fat adaptation and improve insulin sensitivity to get you ready for carbohydrates later in the program. It's a more advanced strategy, but it's going to give you crazy cutting edge results. So make sure you follow weeks 1 and 2 in its entirety, and it's going to really give you you're going to get what you put into it, essentially. So if you don't follow it very well, it's not going to give you great results, and you're going to be looking at someone else going, what, they lost that amount of weight? And you're going to be like, man, I wish I would have stuck to the program. So I challenge you to stick to the program from the go. I know a lot of programs are promoting low-carb diets out there right now, but they're not sustainable. So that's why we do it in LGC for 2 weeks. The science is there to support the evidence and really the effective impact low carbohydrate diets have on fat loss. The studies show it time and time again, especially for people who are more have more fat mass. It really has is really cutting edge for those people specifically, or for those people who don't really utilize carbohydrates very well. But generally speaking, this type of diet isn't sustainable for the long term, and so that's why LGC only does it for 2 weeks, and it's to more or less prove your insulin sensitivity and the efficiency of how your body its relationship with carbohydrates, and its relationship with fat mass, and how your body burns body fat, and so on. So it's very scientific. So make sure you do it for 2 weeks solid, because it's sustainable. I know it is because I've done it, and you can too. If I can do it, you can definitely do it, because I'm a fat kid at heart. I don't say that in a negative way. I say that with fondness in my voice, because I remember, and I know myself. Back in the day, I'm a huge sweets guy. If any of you know me personally, you know that I love cheesecake. Oh my gosh. Probably not the best thing to talk about, but um, so that's the end goal of the program. So look forward to the end goal, and having more moderation in your life at the end of the program. And if you have a longer way to go, that's okay too. You can do it. 12 weeks is a short period of your life, and sometimes it isn't enough time to completely to transform your body and your mind. So sometimes it takes time. If you've been overweight for 20, 30 years, it's going to take quite a long time to get your body, your mind back where it needs to be in this happy place for fat loss and health. So keep that in mind as you're going through this program. Nothing's going to give you short-term results. You can't cut corners in this, okay? Because it's unhealthy. Bottom line, it's just no good comes from it. So don't cut corners. Follow the program, and if you need more time, don't push it. Don't push your boundaries. I You can't force fat loss to happen. You have to coax it along. If you force fat loss to happen, you're gonna really damage your metabolism, and you're just gonna make the process even more difficult for yourself down the road. So, and many of you might already be there because you've tried it and you've tried it and you've tried to force it to happen, but you just gotta let it happen. And that's the empowering aspect with Looking Good Cottonwood, is it just happens. Um, but it takes you to follow the program. So make sure you do that for 1 to 2 weeks. And moving forward, sorry about that rabbit trail there. I'm known for chasing rabbits. So here are here's the macronutrients right here, broken down for you, and then here are your meals for weeks 1 and 2. So there are 4 meals for weeks 1 and 2. You can increase that to 5 if you want, and you just simply split these grams into 5 meals. So that's it, easy peasy, no problem there. Simple mathematics. So that pretty much sums weeks 1 and 2 calculator up. Um, this meal, his meal 1, so for breakfast he would add 36 grams of fats and then 40 grams of protein. One way he could do that would be whole eggs. He could eat whole eggs and maybe have some avocados in there with his eggs, or you could even do like a steak or something like that for in the morning. Just make sure you're counting the amount of fat in the steak as part of your fat grams, and it I actually really like that. I'll cook my steak in coconut oil and have that for breakfast with some nuts or avocados or something like that. But my go-to is pretty much whole eggs for the morning and my morning breakfast. Anyhow, moving forward, if you need more in-depth description of this information, go to the LGC blueprint. I describe everything in depth in that book. So make sure you take advantage of that. And until next time,